Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey on this week. We are already at the end of the week. This week we are in the letter that Paul wrote to the Ephesians, a beautiful, beautiful letter. And I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel, to share these videos with other people. If a message, some messages are general for everybody, but some message you were going to, when you're listening, you were going to say, well, I have a friend, I know someone that would benefit to hear this. Share with that person. Share with that person. Make this our ministry, your ministry and my ministry. And I know that the accent is it's a challenge for some of you, and the question is, can God speak to you through a different accent? That is the challenge. But today we're going to see another verse in Ephesians, a beautiful, very important one, because help us to understand what's going on in this world with the church. And sometimes we are not aware of that. It's in chapter 6, verse 12. Chapter 6, verse 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Some of you is a kind of, this is a new thing, you never heard that, you have no idea what Paul is talking about. But what Paul is saying here said, look, there are forces out there that we fight and we should fight, but they are not flesh and blood. What he means is they are not people. They are not people. Sometimes we think that we have to fight the government, we have to fight that atheist, we have to fight that group, we have to fight that organization, we have to fight this and that, and we personalize the fight of the church. And Paul says, look, there is something beyond flesh and blood that controls, that works against us, that fight against us. And our fight is not with the people that are here representing those forces. Our fight is on that spiritual realm where those authorities and those powers live and work and control things. Our fight is in the spiritual realm. And sometimes, and I say this because of the Presbyterian tradition, sometimes we don't want to go there, we don't want to talk about those things, we don't want to know about those things, we want to do our job and go easy and all that kind of thing. But sometimes we do not realize that we are fighting spiritual powers, rulers, authorities, Paul says, spiritual forces of evil in the spiritual realm. And they are here, and they are working against us, against the church. They are working against evangelists. They are working. And sometimes we do not realize, we do not know, we are ignorant. And Paul says, I want you to know that our struggle is not flesh and blood. Our struggle, the main struggle of the church is against spiritual realities that work against the church. And Paul is going to help them to understand that. You need to be aware. That is the main point of this lesson for you. You need to be aware that this is a reality. The spiritual realm is a reality. Evil spirits control areas is a reality. And Paul is stating this here and said, look, our fight is against them. It's against them. We do that preaching the gospel, teaching the gospel, praying. This is where we fight. This is where we fight. And you need to know, I need to know, we need to fight. You need to fight, I need to fight. Because it's real. And the victory is ours because of Christ. Because of Christ. And this is our snack for the journey. God bless you.